Man, listen, one of my good people on the internet, man, she asked a question. And I got a lot of respect for this lady, right? Never met her day in my life, but she be on me about real person. You could just tell she a real person. Like, if I say something wrong or I cuss too much, she there to let me know. Like, Blue, cut it out or say this. So I got a lot of respect. So I didn't took shit down because she was like, hey, damn, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I took that shit down. Like, okay, if she think this and she never told me nothing wrong, why wouldn't I? If she a faithful follower of mine, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, but she was like, well, what if Puffy guilty? You found guilty or whatever, right? And, my response was like, well, you ain't got to worry about the guy down here, the judge down here. The judge is, But at the same time, I'm thinking like, okay, if Puffy found guilty, if at the same time, I'm like, is this a test for Puffy? Is this a test to see if these people around him to weed these motherfuckers out, or is they punishing them? You know what I'm saying? Because look, that's how God works. Like I say, you can have a person, you can't hurt a person that's never had nothing. How you hurt a dirty motherfucker, you give him everything that he want. Like all these street dudes, they think that, that karma not gonna catch up with them. There's so many street dudes out here that did murders, kidnapping, rapes, and all this shit. And they think because time that went on, oh, it ain't gonna catch up with them. God forgives me, right? Which it can happen, but not all the time, bro. Your karma can come back in such a way. So what happens is you think because you doing good in life now that God is blessing you, right? But at the same time, that can be your punishment because you never had these things, right? You wanted these things, so you killed and did these things. You killed, you raped, you swindled your way to the top, right? So you think now that you there, you don't have to do them things no more, that God forgot how you got there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So what do? Okay, this is what he wants so bad. Give it all to you. Here you go. This is what it is. And then, what's the worst feeling? If you ain't never had shit, it ain't gonna bother you to lose a little something. But if he give you abundance of everything you could dream of, then take all that shit away. You know what I'm saying? Wipe all that shit. You go from a billionaire to nothing, to living out of a garbage can. That's hard to deal with. So you don't know if that shit is a punishment. I don't know. I don't know if this man did it or not. But I know one thing for sure. He not gonna surpass God. You know what I'm saying? Who are we to, like I say, people always say they believe in God, right? But who are we to judge? What the fuck? See, my mind be going bad, but I was about to say something about like, about God. It's funny how people, oh yeah, it's so funny how people believe in God, right? And they do crimes, or you might do something, and you want to turn yourself in, right? Or you hope somebody go to jail or this, but you a God-fearing person. And I don't understand how to, see how my mind be, man. I didn't get this shit checked out, bro. But you could be, people will go turn themselves into a judge this here on earth. I turn myself in because I feel bad, or, or this or this. Who the fuck is this man to turn myself into? Like, no, so I really don't give two fuck, because at the end of the day, the ultimate judge is the God above, right? So that's the ultimate person that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how preachers talk all this is heaven at the earth, and they really believe in this, and they really had you believing that they believe this, and you let a motherfucker pull a 38 on that motherfucker right now. He gonna be scared bad for his life. To me, a real fair man would just be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going home early. If it's so good on the other side, like you say it is, then I'll always be like, you shouldn't be scared to die no matter what. You know what I'm saying? See, I know real faith believers. I know, like my mother, she don't want to, she don't want to go, no time soon. But if it happened, I'm pretty sure You know what I'm saying? She believe in God that much that, hey, you know, it's some people out here that's really God fearing. And I think in this moment, in these times that we going through, that's what we need more. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop worrying about so shit that we can't handle. That's why the serenity prayer is so powerful. Man, my cousin put me up on a serenity prayer so not long ago, well, years ago. But he was like, man, I always said I'm gonna get that shit tattooed on me. I don't got one fucking tattoo, right? But I always tell me what the fuck I'm gonna get tattooed. If I tell y'all the tattoos I wanted to get, y'all motherfuckers be like, oh, that's sweet. I you know, I'm gonna do it one day. I'm down there 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? Get my first tattoo. But hey, fuck it. It's life, right? Do what you want to do, how you want it. But yeah, but that's what we need more. We need more of God, man. Like I say, in Puffy's case, who are we to judge? Most people that's judging him right now then did way fucking worse than what he is accused of. There's people out here shouting, nah, I hope that motherfucker. I never understood how can a street nigga want another nigga to go to jail. No way. Now, unless it's some rape shit like that. Like the shit that but they not saying that he raped nobody though. If he, you know what I'm saying? I don't get what this motherfucker did so bad that, you know, I think if he was beating this girl, she would have got the fuck on a long time ago. But then another thing I think too, that people always put too much on this. See, people live in a fake world when, you know, and like the shit that happened to the actor. He got into it with his girlfriend. They tried to, this nigga lost millions of dollars because of a drunken night with his girlfriend. You know, she took his phone. He went to snatch the phone back, made a mistake and like caught her on the face or some little innocent shit. Ran off. She chased him. She went home drunk, fell asleep. Next day, he charged with all this assault shit and robbery or whatever the fuck he was charged with. It was crazy. It was just like a drunk couple out. And they made this shit all into something big, a domestic battery. And like this shit that actually happens in people's house every night. People argue and they fight. I'm not saying nobody just blacked their girl out or she got to stab them. But it's altercations that happen in relationships. And these are just fucking facts. So all them people sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe that he hit her or she hit him. Motherfucker, this happens every day in life. You know, but it becomes a problem, like you say, if he going to board, making her do shit that she don't want to do. And all. I mean, man, it be relationship problems. Everybody go through some shit. So I'm just so tired of people acting like they live in a perfect world and this shit don't exist and this shit don't happen. Now, don't take it down. See, somebody gonna be like, what, so what you saying, beating women is cool or beating men? No, but this shit happens. And it's levels to that shit. Now, if you got a sick motherfucker that's punching a girl in her eye and all this shit, and you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody who live in any household, know you get into fights with your girl, she might hit you with a cup or something. You know, stuff happens. Every relationship is different. I don't condone all of it, but it happens. So what I'm saying is if a person really doing you that fucking wrong, and you really feel violated, like he running a fucking sex camp, like you free to go out every day. You a grown ass woman. You free to leave this bitch in a Ferrari, Lamborghini, and go straight to the police station if you want to. And don't say that you was too scared to do it because you was mentally fucked up, because you end up doing it anyway. When you fucked that nigga and got pregnant by him and left, you know what I'm saying? I had 2 kids with him. You left and was gone. Ain't shit happened to you. So I don't understand what's the difference. That's why I don't believe her fucking story, my dog. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I don't know if it did or it didn't happen. But I think if it did happen, she was more of a participant in that shit because of the money. That's what made her stay. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, she ran off. He might have said, bitch, fuck you. I don't even want you back. You didn't got pregnant by this nigga. I'm not paying for shit no more. So she went and played the victim and said, hey, I need this revolt. Puffy did not sign off on that money. He said Revolt paid that woman. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think that Puffy did it that quick. He said he did not pay her that money. The company paid her the money because they didn't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to sweep that shit under the rug. And so that's what I hear. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, at the end of the day, man, you know, like I say, at the end of the day, man, it's God's work. You know, I'm not to judge nobody. I'm not to say nothing. I just know how allegations are. I done seen, I done seen so many people took down by these allegations. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you sketchy like this. You know, pretty much if somebody been hurt or abused or raped or something, they go straight to the police, rape case, boom, 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 bruises, this, done deal. Police pick it up, convict the motherfucker. Now, how you gonna convict a motherfucker and you talking about this shit happened 10 years ago? This nigga, he ain't been with this motherfucker in 10 years. Then you got dudes coming up. They pride so fucked up that they actually gonna say that this man in testaments a certain way or he made them do this. And I can't say all the things that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? How can you be a man? How can you have any pride about yourself and let another man do that, first of all, to you? But you kept going back, though. So how are these people victims? You can't be no grown man. That's why I don't believe. Let me tell you something. People going to be mad at me did I say this, but I don't believe a teenager can be molested. You know how the little boy talking about, like that nigga, I saw Sean Campbell talking about something. He was molested by an African Bambaataa and he was 17 years old. But you this killer though? Man, I don't believe that shit, not one bit. You were molested, you was sucking a dick, nigga. That's flat out what that shit was, nigga. You know, somebody didn't caught your hand in a cookie jar, you were embarrassed. Now you want to say this about this man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way, you too old. Molestation is for babies. You know what I'm saying? Anything over 12 years old, motherfucker, pretty much, you smart enough to consent. You not no goddamn baby where you can't think for yourself or can't leave or can't move. You know what I'm saying? But you a killer, though. But you killing at 15, but you can't stop a nigga from sticking his dick in your mouth at 15. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that part. I just don't. And that's that Hassan Campbell story. You know, like I say, look how they played Bill Cosby. A lot of empires have been taken down because of some he say, she say shit. Because of somebody said something. And they'd have been fucked over. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad in today's time that somebody can just say you done something. Like, and I was just thinking that the other day, just in regular life, like, you know, like I'm looking at all these cases of these people that's out here in the world that's doing 20 and 30 years and they're not guilty of no crime. I'm looking at this shit like, damn, that's crazy how a motherfucker can actually just point you out. And let me tell you this. A motherfucker just point me out right now. Yeah, Blue did it. He did the shooting over here on such and such and such. Now, nigga, I'm way on the other side of town. But when the police want to solve a case, the police word is everything. I done been through it. They done raided my house illegally. I don't know how many times they done raided that motherfucker. Illegally, man. No, but once the police say something and put that on record and you a pole nigga, and you know you got to fight, you got to get investigators, and you got to pay for investigators, big lawyers, and all this shit. 9 times out of 10, you take the cop out. Or 9 times out of 10, your ass going to jail because of what the police say. And there's some dirty motherfuckers out here. And, you know, I'm looking at that shit like, damn, that's scary as a motherfucker. Motherfucker just point you out of nowhere and just say you did some motherfucking shit. And you got to fight all these years to get out. And I was just thinking like, damn, that's crazy, man. And that's the same thing with this shit. They point you out, and then you fighting for your life, man. You know what I'm saying? No proof, no nothing. Just, hey, they'll put the proof together later. And that's what they do then. Like, you know, like I be looking at these guys doing all these years and how dirty the police is. That's why these prosecutors and shit, they need to start being held responsible. As much time as I did, you should do. Prosecutors need to be prosecuted. If, like, especially some of that shit you look at, and you be like, all this, and there was no evidence, there was no DNA evidence. These people's statement went liable. You done forced these people to say these things. Lock this motherfucker up for a long time. Take his license, bar him, and lock him up. Because they doing anything nowadays to get a win in that courtroom. They don't care what it is. They picking it up. They not letting it go. They whole thing is to win cases. And that's what it is. So many prosecutors turning into defense attorneys now that is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is out here, man. So, yeah, It makes it hard on the person that's, you know, these motherfuckers that's really guilty, because there's so many lying motherfuckers, man. But you know the real. You know when a person has been victimized. Like, you know, like I say, bro, you know a person that been victimized. You know, they going to the police. They not asking for no money first. If they really been victimized and hurt, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you poor enough and you been hurt or something, then yeah, you would take some hush money or some shit, right? But this ain't that. This ain't that type of deal. It's like, you know, you still sticking around, but you telling me all this shit going on. And once he cut you off, now you want to go that route. And like I say, not one, like I love my women, but it go both ways. These motherfucking dudes do whole shit too, as you can see. You know, motherfucker pride so fucked up that he'll go and say he sucked a man dick or let a man do this and this to him. And nigga, no pride. And you say you a straight man, but you let this shit go on, and there was no violence, there was no police card, no nothing, but you making up all this shit now for what? What are you telling us now? You ain't go to the police then? Where's the police report on the date this shit happened? And all the rest of the allegations on Puffy, Will Smith, all these motherfuckers, I don't understand it. Like, all these allegations, like, no tape, no nothing. I mean, you know, I don't even know where to begin with this shit, bro. But from the outside looking in, you know, he gonna win that shit, man. He ain't gonna go to jail for this shit, as though he shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, you weren't a victim then. Why all of a sudden you a victim now? You know, all these motherfuckers coming out like, and then if you look at any sexual case like this with a rich person, look how all of it be the same. Once one person come out with some shit, then it's 20 motherfuckers. Then you got 20 people in the courtroom all telling their stories. So, you know, that's crazy. But anyway, man, I don't want to sound like I'm just, you know, like I'm a fucking weirdo or something. Like I'm just convinced. I done seen so much bullshit. I done seen so many people lose millions of fucking dollars, billions of dollars, all of a motherfucker word. Like another thing that I heard is white women, white people done lost their shows they done had for 20, 30 years because a black person thought what they said was racist. You know, shit like that, because they say something. They was born down south. They might say something that a black person don't like. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. I'm Trap Talk Blue. If you like what you hear, that like, subscribe button. Thank you.